Please join me in welcoming to Lancaster County tonight, Karl Rove.
I didn't know which one of the podiums I was going to go to. And I hope it's not like the President's speech last Saturday night before the White House Correspondents' Dinner and have an impersonator come out and do the speech with me. Thank you, Bob. It's great to be here. I have to admit I was a little taken aback when you talked about this being the sesquicentennial of the Republican Party in Lancaster County. See, I'm from Texas. And until recently, Republicans in Texas were hunted with dogs. In fact, Abraham Lincoln in the 1860 election absolutely got the absolute same number of votes in the 1860 election in Texas that John C. Fremont had received 4 years earlier. 0. Following the Civil War, we had a governor, Republican governor. His name was Edmund J. Davis. When he lost the 1872 election, he wired Grant for Union troops, barricaded himself at the Capitol and waited for the Union Army to arrive. They didn't. And he was forced out of the governorship at the point of a gun by an armed mob. And there ensued a brief period of time during which we didn't have a single elected statewide Republican office holder. 114 years. So when you talk about, when I moved to Texas in 1976, out of 150 members of the Texas House of Representatives, we had a grand total of 12. But today, every elected statewide office holder in Texas, all 29 of them, and 98 out of 150 House members and 21 out of 31 state senators are Republican. It shows that there's change possible even south of the Red River and north of the Rio Grande. So it's great to be with you here tonight. There's one reason I'm here, and that's to say thank you. Hard to forget, and I suspect some of you were there when that airplane came bowling into the airport, that big rally in the final stages of the 2004 campaign. And I remember election night, I was sitting in the private dining room of the White House with a computer terminal stuck on a table, and with this little electronic map that allowed me to call up any county in the country, get the election results. And I got to admit, I punched Lancaster County a couple of times that night. 71,000 votes, that was an awful sweet number. And I want to come tonight on behalf of the President to thank you for the extraordinary effort you put forth in the 2004 campaign. It was a great You know, it's an honor to be introduced by Walker. He is the Renaissance man. He is one very smart guy. And the respect that he has in Washington today is almost as big as it was when he was in Congress, maybe a little bit bigger, because now they don't have to beg him for the vote, they just have to beg him for his advice. But he is very smart. He did an admirable job of bringing our party to majority status in the Congress. It couldn't have happened in the House without him. He's one of the smartest men when it comes to science and technology and space. He's an advisor to presidents and speakers and majority leaders and just plain ordinary candidates running for office. You know he was a good, decent guy who's got solid roots here, never left, always remembers, and he's really a remarkable guy. And he's been succeeded by another good guy in the U.S. Congress. I like Joe Pitts a lot. You don't need to worry about Pitts getting up in the morning and thumbing through the Washington Post and the New York Times, hoping that he's currying favor enough with the editorial page writers to get a nice word in. He's got values that don't need the gratification and validation of the New York Times and the Washington Post. They're down home, you know him, he represents you well. He's doing a great job. I noticed he had a number of staffers here tonight, none of them too eager to go with him on the latest CODEL, the Congressional Delegation to Iraq, and I can't say I don't blame him. But he's doing a great job, and thanks for sending him to Washington to work for you and for our country. You've got two great candidates. I saw a piece of literature at the table for one of them, and I saw some stickers on on the lapels of some of you for the other one, Rick Santorum and Lynn Swan. They are two great men. They're going to help lead our city. You know, speaking of victory, victory is the work of a lot of hearts and hands, including many of you in this audience. And you provide much of the energy and hard work that's made our Republican Party the majority party in America. And tonight, we pay tribute to your hard work, and we also pay tribute to one of our nation's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. You know, understanding Abraham Lincoln is crucial to understanding our history, our drama, and our greatness of America. He remains the standard by which every subsequent president gets judged, and the man who embodies what is best about America. Think about his remarkable life. He began it in a log cabin, literally, and his life was ended tragically and violently while serving in the White House. He was a man of little formal education, and yet his ideas transformed the world. He was a leader who spoke movingly about love and civility and reconciliation, and yet he did not flinch from the awful duty of presiding over the wartime command to save the Union and free the slaves. He was an adroit and flexible politician, and yet he was a man of unbending principle. He was deeply committed to the spirit and the words of the Declaration of Independence. He considered it the greatest document devised by man. He believed in the dignity of every human being in what he called their right to rise, to achieve through hard work and character their chosen dreams. He believed Americans were, quote, an almost chosen people, singled out by Providence to show the world that a government of, for, and by the people would not perish from this earth. And thanks to him and his extraordinary talents in life, our nation endured free and whole. A really remarkable person. He shaped the course of human events. But in politics, to shape events, it's not enough to believe the right thing. At the end of the day, you have to win. And tonight I'd like to talk about both the importance of ideas and the importance of winning elections.